Hello, all you lovely people out there that are apparently watching me now. Yay, I'm getting followers, kind of. Woo. I don't know. Had my first comment the other day, so if you're watching this, Mr. Commenter, thank you for your beautiful comment. And I really appreciate you. And also, the 3 people that have subscribed to me, I also really appreciate you. Thank you. Truly, you are legendary, all of you. So, very cool to have you along on my ride here. But it's my ride. It's not yours. Okay? So don't think that this is for you. Okay? Jeez. Anyway. I love that. I say that like every video, just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is for me, not for you. So, you know, bug off. But I don't know. I mean, that's not entirely true when I make these videos. They are for me, but they're a little bit for others. Maybe one day I'll be a successful game developer, and other people will just like be all like, "Oh my God, this guy used to be nothing, and now he's like this successful game developer," and maybe it'll inspire people. I don't know. But anyway, here we are. This is the 4th devlog for Roblox, and today I'm just going to be putting up, you should already be able to see it, but I'm just going to be putting up some footage of me building that island lobby that I showed in my last video. That's assuming that I have the footage. I'm pretty sure I do. But anyway, the reason I've got that showing is just because, well, you see, I don't exactly have anything to show you, so don't start booing. Hey! Stop booing! Don't boo at me! Okay? You know how stressful it is to make stuff? Gosh! Unbelievable! No, I don't have anything to show. But that's just because I've been doing some studying. Yes, I've been doing some studying. Roblox studying. What do you study? I study Roblox. I've been studying, like, you know, code and stuff. So just looking into that. Also, I'm still coming up with concepts for the game itself. So I still haven't decided on what I want to do for the actual game that I'm making right now. I'm getting a feel for just starting out with a big project. I mean, I wouldn't call this like a huge project, but it's probably going to be my first game that actually feels like a game and isn't just a weird 10-second prototype, you know? It might start off that way, but I do want to actually make this feel like something that people would actually want to play, as opposed to, oh, it's just a cool little thing you made. Cool, I guess. So I think that's kind of where I want to go. But anyway, so I'm working out those details with game design. The very first steps when it comes to making a game. So I'm starting to get into the game development process. So I'm learning how that works. So yeah, all that cool stuff. We get to learn how that goes. And if you're watching this and you're where I'm at, good for you, man. I hope that you're doing good on your game development journey. You know, maybe you're farther than me. Maybe you're not. I don't know. Maybe you want to make games too. I'll tell you what, if you do want to make games, I want to go ahead and start a little discussion here for aspiring developers out there that are just like me, who also want to make games. And the big question is, what is your reason to develop? What do you want to do? Like, why do you want to make games? If you want to answer that question, please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. Why do you want to develop? I want to develop personally because, well, it's kind of a few things. So the biggest one for me is I want to learn how to code. I've always wanted to learn how to code, like to make programs and stuff. I've always wanted to do that. And while I have a basic idea of how to do it, I've always wanted to, like, you know, be really, really good at it, to be able to make some interesting, well, just good code that you know, I want to be able to talk to my computer, okay? I get lonely sometimes, so jokes aside. So the whole thing with that is, I remember growing up in, I think it started, yeah, in high school, really. I knew I was kind of interested in making games because I grew up playing Roblox. Let's see, back in 2011, I think, was when I was first introduced to Roblox. and I made this game on an old account. I'm wondering if anyone will ever remember this because this is really interesting. Ready? So there was this game that I made on this old account. That old account was Mama Luigi 666, and you can actually still pull it up on Roblox. So that was my old account that I used to play on for years. Don't actually look him up. I just changed his avatar recently because I was trolling on it. It's so bad. But anyway, so on that account, that was like I think my first Roblox account that I had ever made. I had made an actual game on there. And the reason I wanted to make that game originally was because I wanted some Robux, okay? Let's be honest, having Robux was kind of every kid's dream, you know? Anyone who was playing Roblox, it was kind of their dream. You gotta get those sweet, sweet avatar rigs. So, here's how it started, right? I wanted Robux. All I wanted was $5 worth of Robux. But obviously, I'm an 11-year-old. I don't know how to make Robux. I don't know how to make money. I can't make money because I'm young. I don't have a job. So I go up to my dad and I'm like, hey Dad, can I get $5 of Robux? And that's like 500 Robux or something. And he was like, He had to think about it for a while. You know, he had his finger rubbing on his naked chin because he's never had a beard in his life. Okay? And he's rubbing his chin. He's like, let me think. And then an idea pops up into his head and he goes, hey, I'll tell you what, son. If you make a game and you get people to play it, then I will give you $5 worth of Robux. So, to me, it was a deal. It was a challenge that I accepted. So I went to it. I went onto Roblox Studio. I had never made a game before that point in time. So I went onto Roblox Studio. I put together an idea. I had an idea. I saw someone else do this idea, and I decided that I was going to make an escape the school obstacle course. Oh my gosh, yes. And you know what? I might actually put this up on the screen too. I might actually record myself going through it and just playing it so you can see what I'm talking about. But yes, the escape the school obby. So there's this crazy thing I did where it was just an obstacle course, right? Nothing unusual. I made this pretty lengthy obstacle course. But here's the thing. 95% of that obstacle course was free models. Do you know why? It's because I didn't know how to code. And I didn't know how to build either. So all of those skills were extremely limited. I had no coding knowledge. I had no idea how to code. And I certainly wasn't going to learn how to code just for a few Robux, right? So what was the approach? Take free models. Grab some free models from the lovely Roblox Studio toolbox and just go at it. And so that's what I did. After 3 days, sure enough, I had a full game. Beautiful. Now it was time to advertise it. How did I get that advertiser money? I guess I just saved up Robux because every day that you logged in, this was a time when tickets were still a thing, or ticks. You could still get ticks from Robux. So there was ticks and there was Robux. You would get 10 tickets every day that you logged into Roblox, blah. So if you logged in every single day, you would get 10 tickets. So that's what I would do, and I saved up, I guess, enough Robux over time to eventually use some of it, as well as, I guess, getting some people to play my game, because you could also just, like, log on to another account and just, like, spam click, like, the play button on your game so that you would get tickets. Yeah, that was a strategy. It took a long time and wasn't very optimal, but you could do it because every time that you got someone to visit your game, you got 1 ticket. You didn't need to have game passes, and I'm not even sure if game passes were a thing back then. I put up 3 advertisements, and again, I just took some images from Google and I used those as the advertisements. God, man, I was so creative. I was such a creative kid. So this is what happens when you do it for the money. So if you're here, you're listening to this, and you're thinking you just want to make money by making games, hey, I've got some news for you. It's not going to end well, okay? Just get out of here while you can. You don't want to do it because all the creativity gets flushed down the toilet because you don't care if you're just doing it for the money, right? If you're doing it because you want to be creative, that's different. But anyway, so I advertised the game. And it was like one night I advertised the game. I put up 3 advertisements, I think all at once. Advertised them all. And the next morning I woke up and the game was on the front page. I'm not joking. It was on the front page. It had like, I think, upwards of 2,000 players on it at a time. All at once. This was the Escape the School obby. That's right. This trash game was on the front page. All that time ago, all those years ago, back in like 2011, maybe 2012, one of those years. And, 1,000 to 2,000 players at a time was definitely enough traffic to make some Robux, okay? So I was making a ton of Robux, ton of tickets for like a whole day or two. I was like rich right there. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Up until the game got hacked, and yeah, it didn't end so well. Basically, it got hacked. I think I hired a scripter for the game for some reason because someone had offered to put a script in my game, and I think that's how it got hacked. I think, yeah, because I remember him offering to do it for free. Let's just say I wasn't the brightest kid, so he's probably the reason why that happened. But also, the game wasn't protected by any means. It had no protection, so I guess technically anybody could have just hacked it. And after, I think, a day or two, the game was down to, like, basically 0 players. And that was it. I had made my, 50,000 Robux or whatever it was. 50,000. I don't know if I ever got up to, like, I don't think I got up to 100,000, but it was up there. Well, maybe it was 100,000 tickets is what I'm thinking of. I'm not sure, but I made plenty of Robux for sure. My dad did end up giving me that $5 worth of Robux, so that's what ended up happening. We did end up, I remember we took a picture of that game being popular, so we have a photo of it somewhere. I don't know where, but we have a photo of it somewhere around the house, of my game just being on the front page. Just every kid's dream. The lesson, I guess, was I was crap at making a game. So I had to put together a bunch of free models to make something. But I was a kid, I didn't know what I was doing, of course. But that's kind of how that whole thing started. That's kind of why I got interested in making games in the first place. And I was always interested in learning how to actually code, because I always felt bad that I had just used free models. After a while, right, I felt bad. I was like, man, if I had just actually made a game and, made it my own, maybe it would have done better. Maybe I could have actually made something of that. And so I grew up throughout school. I kind of was just interested in it, but I just didn't really know where to start. I was always afraid I didn't know how. I would never know how to code because it was this... I always thought of coding as this impossible thing. It's like, how do you do this? This is impossible. I always thought of it that way. I had people telling me constantly, no, sorry, coding is too hard, basically. Making software is hard. Good luck. If you try making software, good luck, because you're going to need it. That's pretty much what everyone would tell me. I just remember specifically being in a gamer club in high school, and there was this one kid. We were having like a project. It was like a game development project. That's right. And we had our head developer, and I was interested in making code, right, in programming, right, but I had no idea how to actually do it. I had taken a couple of courses on it, but I didn't learn too much from it because, again, well, it's high school. In high school, it's very hard to concentrate in class, let's just say that. Okay, there's a lot going on. You've got a lot of weird people. You've got a lot of mean people, distracting people of all different kinds. So I didn't really know how to code at that point, and I had the lead developer, and he was like, I know how to code. I've been coding ever since I was a kid. My dad taught me everything. So I came up to him because I was curious, and I was like, so how do you code? I basically asked him if he could teach me to code, and he said, if you don't already know how to code, you're out of luck. Coding takes years. It takes years of dedication and reading books. I've read all the books. That's pretty much what he told me. I've read them all! It was definitely... I was just so discouraged by the world, because the world was telling me, oh, no, you can't code. It's too hard. Good luck. Good luck learning how to do it, because it's not going to happen. Right? I wanted to make that cool Roblox game. I wanted to make a cool game regardless. It didn't have to be Roblox. Coming back to Roblox only happened later on, relatively recently, to develop. Which I'll get into maybe in another video, or maybe this one, I don't know. You know, eventually, luckily in college, I took some more coding classes. Thankfully, I actually tried in those classes, and I actually was able to learn something. So I had basically kind of just a basic idea of how coding worked after those few courses. Now here I am trying to make Roblox games, really. And really, all of it is an effort to become a better coder, not just for, like, my career, I guess, because I would like to be a software developer. I think that'd be cool, because I've realized that making code is kind of like problem solving. So I realized that I actually liked it when I was making code in my courses. It was kind of fun. It was like, oh cool, I can you know, come up with solutions through code to solve these problems. It's not just because it's fun, and obviously not just because I'm interested in me having a career out of it, but it's also because I just kind of want to prove those people wrong. I want to tell them, like, yo, guess what I did? I learned how to code. That's right. And I did it mostly on my own, so get good. I just want to prove all those people wrong that learning to code is really not, like, that impossible. You know, it is in fact not that impossible. In fact, today it's actually easier to learn more than ever. So that's where I'm at. And that's kind of my big reason for wanting to develop personally. And that, you know, I also want to make, I like to make things. I love making music, for example. I love, like, composing music. So I figure making games is kind of like a great middle ground for me, because I could code and make cool things. And I can also make music and put that in the games, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of why I want to develop, if you were interested in hearing about that. But I do want to know still, what is your reason to develop? Why do you want to make games if you're interested in making games? That's if you're interested. I'm assuming you're here because you are interested in making games. So I guess that's the community I'm going to build, is a developer community. So assuming that you're here and that you've been listening this whole time, probably means you're interested, right? So if you are, then I do want to know, why do you want to develop, you know? Why do you want to, like, make games? Do you want to learn to code? Do you just want to make money? Do you like just making cool things like I do? Just post it in the comments. Let me know. I'm curious. I like to hear about these things. I like to engage in community discussions. Anyway, that's all I've got today. I hope you enjoyed my ramble, and I will see all you beautiful people that are watching my videos, because apparently I have an audience now, so that's interesting. But I will see you guys in the next one, and just remember, of course, as always, that the wind is blowing.